Reba McEntire, born Reba Nell McEntire on March 28, 1955 in McAlester, Oklahoma, emerged from the heart of rodeo country to become one of the greatest voices in country music history. Raised in a family deeply connected to Western tradition, she grew up watching her father, Clark McEntire, compete as a champion steer roper, while her mother, Jacqueline, encouraged her children's musical gifts. Reba and her siblings learned to sing in harmonies from a young age, practicing in car rides and around the house. Music was not simply a hobby, it was woven into the fabric of her family life. Yet her rise to superstardom was far from instantaneous. She was discovered while singing the national anthem at the National Finals Rodeo in 1974. But her early career was slow, humble, and marked by hard work. It would take years of perseverance before Reba's voice and spirit broke through to the national stage. From rodeo stages to Nashville dreams, Reba's first step into country music fame began with a simple, unforgettable moment: singing the national anthem at the National Finals Rodeo in Oklahoma City in 1974. Her voice caught the attention of country star Red Steagall, who encouraged her to pursue music in Nashville. She moved to Tennessee and signed with Mercury Records, but success didn't come instantly. Her first singles received only modest attention, and she balanced her music career with college studies at Southeastern Oklahoma State University, where she pursued a degree in elementary education. Yet Reba remained determined. She refused to let early setbacks define her. Her voice, clear, emotional, and powerful, slowly began to capture audiences. By the early 1980s, she was no longer just a talented newcomer. She was becoming a force. Her early hits like How Blue and Somebody Should Leave proved that she could interpret songs in a way that felt personal and deeply honest. The breakthrough, A Star Is Born. The 1980s marked Reba's rise to superstardom. Her music reflected the heartache and resilience of everyday people, and her performances brought those stories to life. Songs like Whoever's in New England and The Last One to Know showcased her ability to carry emotional depth with vocal power. Her sound was rooted in traditional country, but her delivery felt modern and authentic. Fans connected with her because she didn't sing as if she were performing. She sang as if she were living the story. Her fiery red hair, strong stage presence, and undeniable charisma made her instantly recognizable. Over the next 2 decades, she became one of the best-selling female country artists of all time, winning multiple Grammys, CMA Awards, and ACM Awards. She had become not only a singer but a symbol of strength for women in country music. Beyond music, Reba the Entertainer. Reba's talent extended beyond the recording studio. In the 1990s and 2000s, she became a multifaceted entertainer, moving into acting and television. She starred in films like Tremors and later headlined her own sitcom, Reba, which ran for 6 seasons and expanded her fame beyond country music. Her on-screen persona combined humor, warmth, and a sense of groundedness that audiences loved. She was no longer simply a singer. She was a cultural figure, a role model, and a beloved personality. Yet she remained connected to her roots. Even as she became a superstar, she continued to honor the values of hard work and humility that shaped her upbringing. Reba's career proved that she could not only sing about life's struggles, she could embody them in every role she took: love, loss, and the price of stardom. Reba's personal life was filled with both joy and hardship. In 1976, she married Charlie Battles, a champion steer wrestler and rancher, but their marriage ultimately ended in divorce in 1987. Reba later described the split as a turning point, one that freed her to pursue her career with full dedication. 2 years later, she married Narvel Blackstock, a steel guitar player turned manager who would become her most influential partner. Together, they built Starrock Entertainment and created a powerful professional partnership that transformed Reba into a country music powerhouse. Their marriage produced a son, Shelby Blackstock, who later became a professional race car driver. For over 2 decades, Reba and Narvel seemed inseparable, both personally and professionally. But after 26 years, the couple announced their divorce in 2015. Reba later admitted that the separation was not her choice, and the emotional pain of it was profound. A new chapter. Resilience. After heartbreak. Reba's divorce from Narvel was one of the most public and painful moments of her life. She had built a career, a family, and a legacy with him, and the breakup felt like a seismic shift. Yet Reba's resilience shone through. She continued performing, working, and showing her fans the same warmth and strength she always had. She remained devoted to her children, her family, and her faith. In the years following the divorce, Reba's focus turned toward her own healing, her relationship with her son Shelby, and her commitment to remaining a source of support for others. She also returned to her roots in music, continuing to record and tour. The divorce didn't end her story. It added a new chapter, one in which she was rebuilding and redefining herself on her own terms. The truth at 70. Reba's relationship with Kelly Clarkson. Now at 70, Reba McEntire is speaking openly about her relationship with Kelly Clarkson, her former daughter-in-law, and one of the most powerful voices of her generation. Reba has always been honest, and she admits that their connection was never simply family politics. Kelly was, from the start, a talented artist who commanded attention. Reba remembers watching her rise to fame after winning American Idol in 2002 and knowing instantly that she was rare. "Her voice can knock you flat," Reba said, "and her heart comes through every note." When Kelly married Reba's stepson Brandon Blackstock in 2013, Reba welcomed her into the family, and the bond grew stronger. They shared laughs, performances, and meaningful moments. Their duet of Because of You remains one of Reba's most cherished collaborations, a powerful example of their musical chemistry and emotional connection. A family torn, divorce, pain, and love that remains. When Kelly and Brandon's marriage ended in a very public divorce, Reba was caught in the emotional fallout, but she refused to take sides. "I love my family," she said, "and I love Kelly." Reba described the divorce as heartbreaking, not because of drama or scandal, but because of the pain it caused the children. She stressed that her respect for Kelly never diminished. "Some people think you stop caring when a marriage ends," Reba explained. "But love doesn't just disappear." She praised Kelly's strength, noting how she handled the difficult transition with dignity and resilience. Reba also recognized that Kelly was not just an artist, but a mother navigating grief and responsibility in the public eye. Through it all, Reba insisted that Kelly remains family, no matter what. Grief and compassion. Reba's support for Kelly's children. Reba's compassion deepened further when Brandon Blackstock tragically died, leaving Kelly to raise their 2 children, River Rose and Remington. Reba has spoken openly about the heartbreaking impact on the family, describing the children as stronger than many adults. She has watched them grow up and has seen the weight of grief they carry. Reba compared their pain to her own loss in the 1991 plane crash that killed members of her touring band. She understands how sudden tragedy can reshape a person's life forever. Reba has praised Kelly for being a steady, loving mother during this time, encouraging the children to grieve while also remembering their father through stories, photos, and shared memories. Reba's words reflect not only admiration, but a deep desire to protect and support the family she still considers her own. Conclusion: a legacy of love, strength, and truth. Reba McEntire has spent a lifetime singing about heartache, resilience, and the power of love. Now, at 70, she is more open than ever about the truths she once kept private. Her relationship with Kelly Clarkson has never been a secret of dislike or distance. Rather, it has been rooted in mutual respect, admiration, and love. Even amid divorce and loss, Reba's heart has remained loyal. She sees Kelly not as a former family member but as a sister in music and life. Reba's message is clear. Family is not defined solely by marriage or blood. It is defined by love, compassion, and the bonds that survive hardship. And as she looks back on a career that has inspired millions, Reba's truth is a reminder that strength isn't only found in the spotlight. It's found in the willingness to love openly, even when it hurts.